There's a lovely line I use a lot, which is, certainty divides us, but doubt unites us.
Wow.
When we can stand in the mystery together and go, do you know what, Seema? This is such a big mystery. I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
This is my best guess. What do you think? And then you can go, no, I don't know what's going on either, but it looks like this. What do you think? And suddenly we can disagree and explore, but we're also basically agreeing. We're both agreeing it's an incredible mystery that we're alive.
Right.
And what can we bring to the party to try and understand it the best?
Exactly. That's where I'm at. Well, let me ask you this. Do you believe it, or what are your thoughts? Let me ask you this way. What are your thoughts about reincarnation?
Well, I think it depends how you understand it.
Okay.
You see, my sense is, reincarnation is, certainly the early Christians would certainly all believe in reincarnation. And it's found in every single tradition. It's a very interesting thing that it's a common motif.
And that would be shocking for Christians today.
I know. I mean, but, most Christians don't know there was a Christian goddess. But there was.
Yeah, there was.
We have a view of Christianity, this is a whole other subject, we have a view of Christianity created by the Holy Roman Empire. Mm-hmm. And it's an utterly distorted view. And one of the great things about doubt is it enables you to go back and look at what's really there, and then you find that things are really not what they seem. In fact, that's the common thing with everything. It's a bit like going back to the hand. It looks like it's there, but it's not. Mm-hmm. People who've really looked have gone, hey guys, it's not there. Mm-hmm. And the same when you look at history. Mm-hmm. Well, it's like this, right? No, look at it. Actually look at it. Really pay attention. And it's not what you think it is. Mm-hmm. Nothing's like this. Take an example from the Old Testament, like that's, like the whole idea that there was some great Israeli or Jewish empire with King Solomon and King David and huge palaces and great, armies and all of this. Well, we now know that none of that's true because we now can do archaeology on the ground. And we now know that there is no, when there's great palaces, you leave remains. That's true in, Egypt, that's true in Babylonia. But there's mud huts. None of it existed. So, okay, right, so what is this then, actually? If it's not history, it's mythology. Well, what is mythology? Sometimes mythology is just politics. Sometimes it's just there because you're trying to beef yourself up, make yourself look good. But other times, it's actually very, very profound metaphor or allegory. This is what you mentioned earlier. Mm-hmm. And then it's a matter of understanding what does it mean. And much of this stuff actually has deep spiritual meaning once we stop seeing it literally. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And so the only way that you can really connect to it is to disconnect from it, right?
Really, with everything, whether it's you're looking at a religious text and you kind of go, look, firstly, just notice it's a book. It's a book.
Right.
That's what it is. And could the truth ever be written in a word?
Right.
How many words would it take to explain this infinite universe? This mystery of this moment right now, just looking out as I am onto the night. Wow. Would it be a sentence, or would it be one book, 10 books, a library of books? It's never going to be done. It's too big to put in words.
Well, you know what, Timothy, I'm sorry, I don't mean to get you off, but we are about to go into another commercial break. So I'm gosh, please hold that thought, okay? Because my mind is everywhere. So
That's more true than you think.
Yeah, I'm going to put you on hold, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, everybody, we've got to go into commercial break, unfortunately. But we have Tim Freke on the line, and best-selling author all the way from England, talking to us about spiritual awakening and the mystery. The telephone number is 742-1230, 742-1230. All right, Columbia, welcome back. We have entered the last segment of Evolve for this evening, and I can't believe it, okay, because this time is just flying by. I know you guys are out there listening. It's blowing your mind, isn't it? But this is really, really awesome because, again, we have on the line with us Timothy Freke. He's a best-selling author, philosopher, internationally respected as an authority on world spirituality. And it's such an honor to have him as a guest on the phone. And plus, he's calling in right now, and it's almost 1:45 over there. And he's talking to us on the phone. So, Tim, before I let you go now, and I've got to remember because I definitely want to give out your website. So let's do that right now so that people can check you out. Now, listen, you guys, you can go to my website, tazima.net or tazima.org, and there is a link up there to Timothy's page, but you can go directly into Timothy's website, which is Timothy Freke, and that's spelled F as in Frank, R as in Rich, E as in Echo, K as in Kino, .com, and he's got a whole bunch of information up there, videotapes, audio tapes, blogs. I mean, just it's a very, very, very informative website. And I know you guys are probably like, I cannot believe we're having this conversation in the middle of South Carolina, right? But this is a good thing, and this is why the show is called Evolve. So, Timothy, what do you say to people? Because I know you have to get this. Have you ever been accused of being an atheist?
Yeah, I mean, I often get, like I said earlier, people say to me, do you believe in God? And I just feel like, look, I don't believe in anything but God.
Exactly.
It's all God. I mean, what I really want to make sure I say, to the people who are listening, is this awakened state, which people have been talking about for thousands of years, it is available to you. It's available to everyone. I have this experience at the moment. I'm very, very lucky. I've been running these mystery experience retreats, what I call mystery experience retreats, where I take people directly to the awakened state over a weekend. And what I've seen now is that just about everyone who comes, we'll have a group of 20, 40 people maybe, and the vast majority, and actually often everybody, will come through to a place where it's not, you just know, and you know because you feel it in your body. When you feel what I call the big love, it permeates right into your body, and everything just opens up, and you know, and you feel, and it's like, I always knew this really. It's the most natural place to be, and suddenly you're connected, and you're separate and not separate from everyone and everything, and it's coming home. You just feel like you're home, and it's a breath away. And what for me has been the journey has been to go through all of these religious traditions and spiritual traditions, and then go, look, what we need now is a way that we can just step into this natural birthright of ours today. How can we see it so clearly? And that just cuts through all the ideas, all the stuff in books, all the rest of it, because you see it for yourself. And then you just see it. It's not something which you need to. You can understand it in various ways, but it's before understanding. It is a direct experience, and it's marked by this oneness and this love.
And you say you have a weekend retreat that you call the Awakening Retreat.
It's called the Mystery Experience Retreat. I call it the Mystery Experience because firstly it's an experience of the mystery, and also because you can't really put it into words. So it's like how you might describe it might be different to how I would describe it, and I love hearing everyone's different descriptions. My favorite description was I did one in Las Vegas, and a woman there, we were all just sitting back afterwards, and I was letting people just say how they were feeling, and she just turned to me and went, "This is what everyone wants to feel." And that was the best description I've heard, because it didn't have any spiritual vocabulary in it at all. It just went, look, this is when you feel this, the hole in the soul becomes filled. So, in other words, this can be considered like nirvana? Well, yeah, but I mean, nirvana, it means the extinguishing of the self, or it means the emptiness, and these words, I think, can get in the way, because they set up, like the word enlightenment, or they're foreign words that we've imported without really grasping what they mean, and they can set up this idea that, yes, awakening happens, but it's for people with an ander at the end of their names who live up in mountains and caves, and wear funny clothes, and I'm not one of those. But I'm here to, my job is to say, look, I'm a really ordinary guy who, a family guy who lives in a small place in England, and if it can happen to me, and it can happen to all the people that I meet that come, and they're men and women and young and old, and some people are doing really well in life, and some people are really struggling, and people with problems and people without problems, makes no difference. You can contact your deeper self, and when you do, you know. Let me ask you this. How do we live in that place, or how do we come to that level of awareness and yet still be
engaged in the world? And
Great
when you
question.
see, you know, and when you see
Great
what's
question.
going on in the world, like, you know, the anger, the fear, the negativity, how do we stay separate from that, or are we even supposed to?